There are certain things that a lot of guys have to understand about when it comes to women, and it comes to what women say and what women do. A lot of young men out there today, they really feel ignored. They're like, hey, look at that woman over there. I want to talk to that woman there. Who is that woman? And then what happens is that they sometimes feel like a woman is not actually paying attention to them. One of the greatest mistakes that a lot of guys are always going to make is because they are looking for a relationship so bad, they want to be seen by the woman. So when a woman is looking at you or she's saying you're not like other guys, a lot of guys, because in their mind they think that what she's saying is something that is endearing. It feels like she's actually listening. It feels like she's actually interested in you. And a lot of people don't understand that. And the moment as a young man that you need her words to know who you are, she becomes your mirror. And that's why we're going to talk about this today, because guys, y'all have to be very careful about this, because there are certain things that women like to do, man. Women like to use words. I've always tell you guys, it's very important to listen to Unc. They need you to write this down. Never believe the words a woman uses. They are very slick with their words. So you have to be careful about the words that they use, okay? Because see, the thing that a lot of guys don't understand about the game, and the thing that a lot of guys miss when it comes to the game, is they think a compliment is actually a reward, and a compliment is not a reward. It doesn't. A compliment will keep you grounded, and a lot of guys who have an open loop will use a compliment to feel like he's either found his person to actually close that loop. And that's the problem. A compliment is nothing but a compliment. And when sometimes a guy gets a compliment, they begin to move based off of the compliment and not move based off of the man. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, because a woman knows how to use words, and sometimes words are used to manipulate young men to doing things that they're not even used to doing. And that's what we're going to talk about and discuss, because I don't want you guys to ever get in these situations that a lot of y'all guys are getting in with women, okay? And you guys have to really understand something about being seen by a woman, okay? I get it. Being seen by a woman for a lot of guys is one of the biggest hungers a guy has, because a lot of guys want the attention of a woman. But the thing about women is that they know that they can move a certain way around you and make you feel like you're really close to being with that woman, and then they know how to flip it and change it all around. So this is not about getting mad at women. This is a buyer beware. And this is why when you get a compliment from a woman, okay, don't get caught up in the compliment, because a lot of guys feel like every compliment is something more of a connection, or is going to make you feel like you're going towards that woman. And that's not the case. You're not necessarily moving towards that woman. You're not necessarily moving towards that feeling. What happens is, for many guys out there, when they're not grounded, they hear the word, the compliments that we're going to be talking about today, and they're going to feel like, okay, well, excuse me, now I've got to buy her a dinner. I've got to be better. I've got to impress her. I've got to say the right thing, because if I don't say the right thing, I'm going to lose the compliment. And that's what we're talking about today, guys. I need y'all to game this up and get this locked down, because the last thing I don't want any of this to happen to any of you young men out here, because a lot of young men are looking at the game totally the wrong way. And that's why we're having this discussion right now, okay? And so something about a compliment is very important. It becomes more of an isolation, gentlemen, okay? What happens is, when a woman knows that you're not gamed up, she's going to use, or she's going to separate you from everybody else based off of the compliment. The compliment is the thing that you have to be careful for of all things, because you got to understand the game, man. When a woman knows that you're always negotiating with who you are, how you feel, what you think, okay? She's going to recognize that you are going to desire her words more than anything else. And if a woman says something nice to you, it drops your defenses. A woman says something about your eyes, your skin, your clothes, or anything of that matter to the average guy, he's going to automatically assume that sex is on the horizon, and the game doesn't work like that. Sex is not on the horizon for a lot of men when they get compliments. Anyway, like I said before, a stripper can compliment you. You see what I'm saying? Compliments come far and few between for a lot of guys out there who are not, hold on a second, who are not laced in the game. You got to be laced in the game. Ooh, you got to be laced in the game to understand you have to be careful about compliments. I had to catch that light, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. We're doing this live. Hey, y'all are about to see me get in an accident, okay? Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, gentlemen, when it comes to this game, man, a man, one thought, one mind, one way, doesn't need a woman to tell him he's a man. He doesn't need a woman to tell him he's a king. And that's why I say for all you guys out there, I don't need someone to give me recognition, okay? Because I'm doing what I'm doing. And when you have the game, you close the loop. A man that has the game in a closed loop knows who he is before that woman even enters that room. He knows his identity. Your identity is everything in the game. But when you don't know who you are, you don't know why you are, and you move the way that most of you guys are moving, you're going to look at everything absolutely the wrong way. And this is why we're having this conversation, because women are going to compliment you, okay? But not only am I going to tell you show you what compliments to be careful about, but I'm also going to show you how to switch it around and force and smoke them out, okay? Remember, gentlemen, we always going to stick on the game that we teach you. Action, effort, information. That's it. That's our thing. Action, effort, information. So if we can stick to action, effort, and information, then we're not going to have any problem. Because a man is not going to panic when a woman sees him. A man's not going to puff out his chest when a woman sees him. A man's not going to trip when a woman sees him. We're going to have all this stuff locked in and locked down to who we are as men. So the important thing is when you learn this game and get into the game, that we have got to look at what she's saying, not what she's saying, but the person actually saying it. That's two different things, gentlemen. What a woman says and the person saying it are two different things. And if you don't have the game, you're going to look at more what she says versus the person saying it. So what we want to do is we want to smoke out the person that's actually saying it. Because if we can smoke that person out, then we'll know if she's real or if she's BSing, okay? So I want y'all to understand that, and then again, I don't want y'all to this is not about getting mad at women. This is not about being bitter and everything like that. These are about the compliments that women like to give guys, all right? That's what we're gonna talk about. That's what we're gonna discuss. And that's what we're gonna chop up on. Let me get around these cars, man. One thing I don't like when you're driving, you got that one car that's always braking, but there's no one in front of them. It's like, come on, dude. Come on, man. What are we doing, man? I'm sorry, guys. Let's get this game. All right, so we're going to map out these 5 compliments, because every compliment, guys, is going to sound sweet, okay? It's going to feel, every compliment is going to feel good, man, all right? But what I'm telling you guys out there, some compliments are not flowers or anything like that. Sometimes compliments can be hooks. I've always told you, instead of looking at the bait, you've got to look at the hook. So if you look at the hook, you'll realize that a lot of compliments can sound soft, but they're actually testing to see what kind of man you are. They're testing your rules. They're testing your standards. They're testing your need for approval. They're testing all those things. So when a man with no game hears praise and everything like that, man, in his mind, he thinks he's actually winning, but you're not really winning because every move that she's making is a positional move. So let's look at the first compliment. The first compliment a woman can say to you is, you're not like other guys, man. And I get it, man. It sounds like she's lifted you above everybody. It feels so good. Like you start here, and then she makes you feel like you're up here. And then you're like, man, all right, this is it. I got my woman, man. But the thing is, it feels like she's separating you from the pack. And it feels like you have the chance, okay? So then what you start doing, what a lot of guys doing, they start politicking at that point because they're like, okay, well, I need to get your vote. Go ahead and start taking what you're telling me. I'm gonna take what you tell me to flip it back to you to see if I can get you to like me even more. We don't do that, okay? Don't start politicking and things like that, okay? You don't want to start doing and saying things to actually be safe. That's not good. I don't want you in that position. But the thing is what she's doing that most guys don't know is that she is testing to see if her opinion can be your mirror, meaning that if she can bring you up, can I say something to bring him back down? Like, oh man, you know, you're not like other guys will make you feel like this. And if she feels that way, she can say something to bring you right back down. Very important to understand that, man. And what she's testing is, she's testing your instincts. She's testing how you move. She's testing how you think and all this other stuff. So what I'm saying to you guys out here, all right, if a woman is telling you you're different from other men, then what I need you to do is I need you to then force that action, and I got you. How are you gonna force that action? By telling her, you're right. Well, if I'm different from other men, show me how different I am. Because if I'm so different from every other guy, I'm sure that you're so used to going to dinner. But if I'm different from every other guy out there, then I look forward to the meal you're gonna cook for me at your place. Because I know you're not just gonna cook for any old kind of guy. You're gonna cook for somebody, that's different. You see what I'm saying right there, guys? That's the thing that's gonna smoke her out. Think about what I'm saying. Older women, oh man, guys, you gotta be careful. A lot of y'all guys gonna try to tap on somebody that's 2 years older, 10 years older. You're gonna try to get some older chick. First thing a woman's gonna do is she's gonna thank you for the compliment, but she's gonna tell you, oh, you're just too young for me. All right, that's the setup, right? And then you might come back and hit her with some lace. You might lace her with something, right? Then all of a sudden, she's gonna give you this one. Oh, you're so mature for your age. And don't start smelling yourself at this point. Don't start smelling yourself. Don't sit there and start saying, oh yeah, you know like that meme with the guy behind the tree, like, yeah, I'm about to get that. No, don't do that, man. Man, look, that sounds cool, but the trap is the same old trap. She's rewarding you by trying to explain to you that this is the kind of maturity I like, okay? It makes a lot of you guys smell yourself and feel good about yourself, but you gotta be careful, man. Don't let no woman tell you anything like that without you replying back to her. Remember, you have to be laced in this game. And being laced in this game, it is very, very important. When she says something like that to you, you gotta come back with this, hey look, you gotta let her know, listen, you don't need to thank me right now. You can thank me later when we go on our date, okay? Because what she's doing is she's aging you up, okay? And every time she's aging you up, the woman that ages you up is also the woman that can tear you down. You have to be careful about these kind of women out here, okay? You are mature men, all right? You did the mature thing. You went up to her and spoke to her like a grown man. You told her why you got her name. You told her why you're here. You did everything grown. So now we got to move like we're grown ass men. And that's why what I'm saying to you is very, very important. Now, let me tell y'all something. Women know that men don't listen. And women know one of the biggest training mechanisms that a lot of men have is what? This one right here. Women know men don't listen. Think about that. I'm about to hit you with this. Women know one of their biggest complaints. Think about your breakups, guys. Think about everything that went wrong in your relationships. What is the biggest complaint? You don't listen to me. You never listen to me. You never listen to me. They always bring it up why you never listen, right? And when they bring up why you never listen, you always have that in the back of your head, man. I'm going to try to focus. I'm going to try to listen. All right? Sometimes you forget. But a woman that has this game is smart enough to give you a sidebar compliment to make you feel and start smelling yourself by saying, wow, you're such a good listener. Oh my God, gentlemen, that sounds good. It sounds warm. It sounds pleasant. But the trap is the friend zone anchor. See, some women know how to sit around and reward emotional labor. She's praising you for sitting still, absorbing all of her issues and problems like you're her therapist, hearing her out, shaking your head, nodding, and saying you understand her. You can't move this way, man. That's not the game. Man, that's manipulation. What she's doing is she's trying to see if you are going to be free therapy. Are you going to be the guy that sit here and let me run my mouth? And if you let me run my mouth and you don't lead me anywhere, then you're telling me that you can't lead me anywhere at all, and I'm leading this whole conversation, and guess what? You are going to be my therapist, all right? This is why you got to stay sharp, gentlemen. When a woman is talking that way to you, you have to be on your game and stay sharp. What I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with listening, but guess what? I'm listening to be able to lead. Listen to lead. Don't listen to be passive like a lot of young men do. It's the greatest mistake that they make. So when you listen to lead, what you're doing is you're saying, all right, I see what you're saying. I see where you're going with this. It's all good. I'm not tripping over that, all right? But, now wait. Hey, we can talk about this. We can talk about more of this on our day. You can, hey, look, hey, we don't need to discuss this. Hold that thought. We can move this later on. And you got to be able, gentlemen, to push the pendulum and push the narrative. Because if you don't push the pendulum, you don't push the narrative, you're going to get caught up in that whirlwind. And the moment you get caught up in that whirlwind, you automatically going to lose, man. You're going to lose with the woman, man. And that is what I don't want I don't want any of that to happen, okay? And guys, save the worst one till last. I keep telling you guys, women have stripper 101 in them. I keep telling you that. I keep pushing y'all guys. They have stripper 101 in them. And strippers know a mark when they see them. And a stripper knows how to talk to a weak thinking male very fast and quickly to make him feel like he is special and like he is somebody, like he's important. And what these women will do is they will hit you with this compliment right here. And gentlemen, if you get this statement with no action, you better put into an action after she says a statement or you're done. Listen to me. When she tells you I've never met a man like you, she's lying. She meets guys like you all the time, because when she tells a guy, I never met a man like you before, you guys eat that up. She's got you. She's met a man like you before by telling you, I never met a man like you before, to make you feel like you're him, to make you feel like you won. And man, let me tell you, you didn't win. You lost on so many levels. It doesn't make any sense. When a woman is telling you this, dude, you cannot ever believe this uniqueness cage and trap that she uses. A woman's gonna tell you, I never met a person like you before, because she knows when she says that, that is gonna smoke you out. You are either going to say, why, thank you, or you're gonna be like, ha ha ha, laugh it off, play it off. But you know what she knows? She knows that a real one has heard that so many times that he knows what to do. Now watch this. I never met a man like you before. Hey listen, I'm free this weekend. You know what, I gotta go, but I wanna let you know, I've never met a man like you before. Listen, I'll be free later on. Can you call me back later so we can continue this? I'm saying if she makes a statement like that and doesn't put an action on that statement, man, but I am telling you, do not fall for the okie doke. You are not boo-boo the fool. Come on, man. You're not boo-boo the fool. You got to get this game down. You got to know what it is you need to say, what you're going to say, and why you're going to say it. You're not boo-boo the fool. And the biggest problem a lot of guys have is that they sit around and they listen to bullshit all the time, and they let women dictate how they move and how they think. What I'm telling you is don't get caught up in that. When a woman says to you that thing, it is not good, because guess what? If you're not careful, you're going to get trapped in that compliment, and that trap can lead you right into the friend zone. So what I'm saying to you is that if she gives you that compliment, this is what she's saying. What are you going to do? What are you going to do about what I just said? Are you just going to nod your head like a good little boy and smile like a good little boy? Or are you going to make that move like a man? This is why the game is so important. This is why I say to all you guys out there, when a woman tells you this, because they're going to tell, look, listen, guys, let me tell you something. The truth is, she's never met a man like me before. Nor when you get the game, she's never met a man like you. The question is, what are you going to do with the information? What are you going to do when she says that to you? Are you just going to sit on your ass and let it slide? No, we ain't going to let that slide. We're going to make moves. And you know what move we're going to make? We're going to put her ass into an action. But if you never met a man like me, well, it's time for you to meet a man like me. I'm free Saturday. I'm free Friday. I get off of work at 5 o'clock. I know there's rush hour traffic. Why don't we go and have a little drink and meet up for a drink around 7:30? That's what you have to do. Because, gentlemen, if you don't do this, women are going to use their words to manipulate you, to deceive you, and put you in a position not of winning. You're going to get yourself in an actual losing position. And I don't want you guys to lose. I want to do everything I can to make sure that you guys win in everything you do. And that's why we're lacy with this game, because I'm telling you guys, this is not women are bad. This is buyer beware. We got to make sure that we are the compliment, and we're not just going to fall. You're just not going to sit there and let a woman say some stuff, and you're going to be like, yeah, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, yeah, oh, you really, oh, you never met a guy like me? I never met a woman like you. Come on, man, no. You never met a man like me before. You damn right. Hey, look, everything a woman is saying to you when you got this game is real. You good on that because you know what? You saying, yeah, shit. I know. Hey, you don't have to tell me something I know. I know who the hell I am. I don't gotta get my ass over. Man, this traffic crazy on Saturday. Yeah, but yeah, when you have this game and you know who you are, you're never gonna have to worry about that stuff, gentlemen, okay? So just remember at the end of this, I know a lot of y'all guys don't hear women saying nice things to you all the time, but all things that are said to you that are nice are not really beneficial for you. So guys, keep your eyes open, okay? Keep your eyes open when women do that, man, and make sure that you don't fall for the okie doke. Because women know how to use a young man's thirst, hunger, desperation, and need for a woman to reverse it and put him in a bad situation, okay? I just want y'all to think about that and remember that, man, all right? Till we talk again, man, all right?